Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Professor McBroom. Today, we're diving into one of the most practical topics you'll study. Whether you're in a classroom or on the job or volunteering in your community, teamwork is everywhere. Let's unpack how groups form, what makes teams effective, and why sometimes, let's be honest, working with people can really be challenging. Have you ever heard the saying, all teams are groups, but not all groups are teams? A group is simply two or more people interacting and influencing each other. But a team is more than that. Teams share a common goal and mutual accountability. Think about a college study group versus a marketing project team at work. In your study group, you might just share notes, but in a marketing team, your success depends on everyone meeting deadlines, sharing information, and solving problems together. Spotify offers a great real world example. As the company grew globally, they restructured into what they call tribes, squads, and chapters. Each team worked semi autonomously but stayed connected by shared goals and values. This flexible cross functional setup helps Spotify innovate quickly while staying aligned. Let's look at the five key factors that determine group success. The first one is composition. Who's in your team matters. A diverse mix of skills and perspectives helps creativity, but it also can create conflict. Managers must learn to balance both. For example, think about NASA's Apollo team. There were engineers, scientists, and astronauts all had to work across disciplines to achieve one clear mission. The second one is size. Smaller teams often communicate better and avoid social loafing, where some teams slack off because they think others will pick up the slack. Then there's three, norms. These are the unwritten rules that guide behavior. Positive norms build trust and accountability. Negative ones can breed apathy and groupthink. Then there's four, cohesiveness. It's that glue that keeps the teams together. But remember, too much cohesion can cause blind agreement, just like the NASA Challenger disaster team that ignored dissenting voices. And five, informational leadership. Every team has that one person everyone naturally looks up to, even if they're not the official leader. Those informal leaders can make or break group dynamics. Teams evolve through four predictable stages. There's forming, getting to know each other. Then there's storming, debating roles and ideas. This is where the conflict often appears. Then there's norming, establishing norms and shared goals. And finally, performing, working smoothly and flexibly towards objectives. If you've ever worked in a big group project, you've lived this cycle. The key takeaways here is conflict in the early stages isn't bad. It's part of growing into a high performing team. When teams collaborate effectively, they create process gain, the magic that happens when the group achieves more together than they could have individually. But poor communication, unclear roles, or free riders cause process loss. To avoid that, teams need to be clear on their roles and expectations. They need to trust and have open communication, and they need to have shared goals and fair rewards. For instance, IDEO, the global design firm, thrives on team based innovation. They purposely created diverse project teams, give everyone equal voice, and reward collective creativity. No titles, no egos, just collaboration. That's process gain in action. Now let's talk about virtual teams, something most of us have experienced since COVID-19. When you're working remotely, you can't just swing by a colleague's desk. Leaders must intentionally build trust, encourage open communication, and use the right technology, from Zoom to shared documents, to stay connected. Adding cultural diversity and communication styles, hierarchy expectations, and decision making norms can differ drastically. For example, a US team might make quick, informal decisions, while a Japanese team might prefer consensus and more formal discussion. Successful leaders learn to bridge those differences by promoting respect and shared understanding. When done right, teams bring enhanced performance through creativity and innovation. They reduce cost and error. They have greater employee satisfaction and flexibility. But there are costs to slower decision making, initial drops in productivity, and resistance to change. It takes time and patience for teams to become self managing and high performing. Before we wrap up, think about a group or a team you've been a part of at work, school, or even a volunteer setting. What stage was your team in? Were there strong norms or clear roles? What could have made that team more effective? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences. So remember, in today's organizations, teamwork isn't just a buzzword, it's the engine of innovation, engagement, and results. Whether you're leading a local project or managing a global virtual team, these principles will help you bring out the best in the people. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and post your comments in the chat. I'll see you in the next one.